Hello viewers, welcome to KANISHKA IAS. First global carbon tax was supported by India and it is relevant in our GS2 international relations and GS3 economy and trade point of view. So on this note, let us discuss why it is in the news and why is this being implemented, what is the objective of this tax and what is the implementation process, what is IMO, which is International Maritime Organization, and what is Indian shipbuilding industry doing in this part, and what are the government initiatives in promoting the Indian shipbuilding industry. So coming to the topic, why it is in the news, India supported the world's first global carbon tax on shipping industry at the International Maritime Organization in London, right? And what is the objective of this tax is to reduce the greenhouse gases emissions into the environment which are coming from the shipping industry, right? And to promote the adoption of cleaner technologies. And when will be the implementation of this tax? It is from the 2028. And what is the implementation of this maritime carbon tax? To implement the carbon tax was decided by the member countries of IMO. Why is this being implemented? To shift the countries to the low emission fuels or to pay the fees. See, the countries who are trading on ships will be given two options, either to use the low emission fuels or to pay the fees for emitting the greenhouse gases. The fees will be $380 for a ton of trade, and then revenue generation. It also leads to the revenue generation. It is estimated that if this tax is being implemented, it will generate a revenue of $40 billion, right? And what is the revenue will be used again? It will be used to decarbonize the greenhouse gas emissions. The ships which will emit the greenhouse gas emissions, and the revenue will be collected. This revenue will be again used for the decarbonizing or reducing those effects of greenhouse gas emissions, right? And how many countries supported this initiative? 63 countries including India and China have also supported this initiative. And who rejected this initiative? The oil rich countries which will be imparted in more trade are opposing this step, right? Because they need to pay more taxes, hence they are opposing this step taken by the IMO. Coming to the IMO, when it got established, it formerly or initially established as IMCO in 1948. In later period, it became a UN specialized agency in 1959, again renamed as International Maritime Organization in 1982. Where is the headquarters located? In London. And where did this decision had taken place? This decision to impose the global carbon tax was also taken in London, right? And the headquarters is also located in London. And what is the membership of this? 175 member countries or the permanent member countries of this IMO, and 3 are the associate member countries. What are the key conventions related to this International Maritime Organization, or what are the initiatives that are being supported globally by this organization? Or safety of life at sea, prevention of pollution from ships, and standards of training, certification and watchkeeping for seafarers, which is nothing but sea pirates who will be taking off all the trade that is taking place on the seas. They will be restricted from these people. Again, Maritime Labour Convention, right? These are all the global conventions that are being taken regarding sea trade. And what is it when it comes to Indian point of view? Indian shipbuilding industry have also set a target that by 2047 India should be the top 5 among the shipbuilding countries. And what is the next target? The India's fleet, that is the ships amount, also grew to 1530 ships by 2023, and the cargo capacity that is being traded had also increased from 2014-15 to 2023 and 24. This is the data we have regarding shipbuilding industry of India. Coming to India's facts, India have 13 major ports and more than 200 non-major ports. We have already known this. And what is the steps that India need to take to strengthen the renewable and green shipping? That is, as India is already committed to net zero 2070 goals, India should adopt low emission fuels or fuel efficient vessels to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions. And coming to the investment in green hydrogen helps in using the green hydrogen powered vessels or vehicles, which reduces the emission of greenhouse gases again, right? and developing green shipyards. As part of this, India had already developed in Cochin shipyard a ferry. What is this ferry? A ferry is nothing but, you can consider a ferry is less than a ship and a boat. You need to imagine how small will be the ferry with respect to this step, right? And a ship will be less than a submarine. Ferry is smaller than a boat is smaller than a ship, and a ship is smaller than a submarine. And what is this ferry? This ferry has also been in use due to the India-Sri Lanka Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit, have concluded an agreement that there will be a ferry service that will be starting between Rameshwaram and Jaffna also. So you need to know what is ferry and what will be its importance in the shipbuilding industry. Coming to the government initiatives and policies, shipbuilding financial assistance policy was launched from a time period of 2016 to 2026, which provides subsidies of 20% on the shipbuilding contracts, right? And the Sagarmala program, which aims in modernizing the ports and infrastructural facilities. Again, Atmanirbhar Bharat in shipbuilding, which focus on indigenous warship production. Like recently, we have commissioned the INS Vikrant into the shipbuilding industry. And the last step is Gati Shakti initiative, which helps in promoting or establishing the infrastructural facilities that are required in the shipbuilding industry. So this is all about first global carbon tax that is introduced or supported by the government of India. And who will be implementing this? That is, what is International Maritime Organization, how did it form, what are the other global initiatives, and what is all about we need to know in the Indian shipbuilding industry, and what are the Indian initiatives that have been taken to promote shipbuilding industry and to reduce the global greenhouse gas emissions. This is all for today. Thank you so much.